Vinicius Jr. has a decision to make. Re-sign with Nike or sign with another brand. In this video, we'll be discussing which brand the Brazilian superstar should sign for. So first of all, we actually have to look at why this is even a discussion topic at all. Vinicius' contract with Nike recently ended, but even when he was contracted with Nike, he sought to try and end his contract early. This is because he felt very undervalued by the brand. This was probably down to the fact that they didn't really feature him in a lot of marketing campaigns, he wasn't given his own signature collection, and when you've got a Brazilian whose profile is continuously rising and he's pretty much seen as the star boy of Brazilian football at the moment, you can understand his frustration. As well as the fact he's quite restricted in appearing in Adidas-sponsored Real Madrid ads. So in my opinion, you have to look at it from 2 points of view. What Nike have done for Vinicius and why they can't do more for Vinicius. So when you look at what Nike have done for Vinicius, all they've really done is make him a part of Team Dream Speed. So for those who don't know, Team Dream Speed was a kind of exclusive range of colorways given to certain players who were inspired by Cristiano Ronaldo. So your worries were Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, Sam Kerr, Bruno Fernandes, Erling Haaland, and Vinicius. And that's pretty much all Nike have really done in terms of using Vinicius here. I don't see him appearing in too many ad campaigns when it comes to the Mercurial or anything else. And like I said previously, you have to look at why Nike can't do more for Vinicius. So Vinicius wore the Mercurial. The Mercurial is Nike's most popular boot silo. We've got wearers such as Cristiano Ronaldo, who's been a long-term wearer of the boot. He's Nike's kind of face of football, and he's been the face of Mercurial for many years. However, in maybe the last year or last few months or so, it's very clear to see that Kylian Mbappe is the new face of Nike football and the Mercurial. Now, the Mercurial is also very saturated with many superstars who wore it for a while. So we recently saw Haaland re-sign with Nike, and he's changed from the Mercurial to the Phantom GX. Now, a lot of the reasoning behind this switch for Haaland was because he is someone who's got great marketing potential, someone whose marketing potential is pretty much up there with Mbappe's. So having two players of kind of like high caliber of marketing potential in the same boot makes a lot of tension between the two, and it almost makes no sense. So to maximize another potential sales in another boot, they've now switched Haaland from the Mercurial to the Phantom. Now Nike could easily do the same thing with Vinicius, but with the Tiempo is pretty much marketed towards mainly as a defender's boot, so it made no sense from their point of view. And I doubt they're going to just create a new boot all of a sudden just to keep Vinicius happy. So unfortunately, Vinicius has to fall short somewhere. So I completely understand why he'd feel undervalued by Nike. So those of you who pay attention to what football boots players wear, you'll realise he's been wearing the same boots for quite a while now. And he's stuck with the same pair of boots, even though later colourways and even a newer model of the Mercurial has been released. Some may just say it's a lucky pair of boots because he scored in the Champions League final with them, but that may be not the case here. Often when players are having issues with their brands, they'll often do these two things. Either, number one, they'll either black out or white their football boots so they're pretty much like unbranded, or number two, they'll just stick with the same pair of football boots and not move on to newer colorways or models. And the reasoning behind this is because pretty much footballers are walking adverts for brands. So a player wearing a non-branded boot or sticking with the same pair of boots is almost like saying to the brand that they are sponsored by that you can't use my image to sell new products. And that's pretty much been the case with Vinicius Jr. He just stuck with the same pair of Nike Mercurial Superfly 8s. And when it actually comes to the brand that Vinicius should sign to, 3 come to mind. Those are Adidas, Puma, and New Balance. And now I'll make a case for each brand and why they need Vinicius and where he fits in their portfolios. So the first one being Adidas. After not signing Haaland, Adidas seemed to be in a bit of an issue. Lionel Messi is reaching the end of his career and he's pretty much been the face of Adidas football for many years. And once he's gone, you can't really say Adidas have a recognized face. The only player that kind of really springs to mind when you think of Adidas football now from this kind of younger generation of players is Jude Bellingham. You also have Mo Salah, of course, but you know, he's more on the closer towards the age of 30, and I think he might even be older than 30 now. So, you know, he's maybe moving towards the end of his career as well. So Adidas need a new, young, vibrant face to kind of pick up Adidas football. And that's where Vinicius comes in. So Vinicius is pretty much everything you want in a player in terms of marketing potential. You know, he's got the flair, he's got the look, and you know, he plays for a big club. As well as the fact he's pretty much one of Brazil's best players. So it makes all the sense in the world for Adidas to pick up a big superstar to make the face of their brand going forward. And when it comes to which boot you'd put Vinicius in, of course it has to be the Adidas X. Brand number 2 of course, is Puma. Now, if you look at Puma's strategy, they've really like picked up their portfolio of superstars that they sponsor. So a lot of them actually have come from Nike. So the likes of Kingsley Coman, Neymar, Rafael Varane. And when you look at Puma, they've already kind of almost got their full set as well. So they've got their 3 main silos. They've got the Puma King, they've got the Future, and they've got the Ultra. The face of the King, I'm not too sure, you could say is Zinchenko maybe. He's the one I've seen a lot in a lot of the promotions. I doubt it is him. The Ultra, you could say, is maybe Griezmann. And the Future, of course, is Neymar. But when you have someone of the market potential of Vinicius available to you, I think he kind of trumps Griezmann in that place, unfortunately. So for Puma to sign Vinicius and make him the face of the Puma Ultra would be perfect. And the third brand, certainly not the least, and the dark horse, New Balance. So New Balance, they're really picking up speed in terms of their players they're picking up to sponsor their boots, and you can kind of see they've got this kind of strategy going on. So in terms of what they have here in London, the UK, I can actually speak for, it seems to like they're now trying to like conquer London in terms of like getting players from certain parts of London, so north, south, east and west, and trying to make them like a face of each quadrant. So from the north, you could say you have Sterling, from the east you have Bukayo Saka, the south you have Bele Eze, and the west you could say is, maybe you could say Sterling's northwest, or you could say Harvey Elliott as well. But when it comes to like global superstars of like huge market potential, they don't necessarily have that right now. So as much as I love Saka, he's not really a global superstar in the same way Vinicius might be. Maybe after next year in the Champions League, who knows what Arsenal might do. Hopefully we go further than round of 16, but who knows. So having someone like Vinicius step in and then putting him in the few run would be a massive step in gaining a kind of foothold in the football market for New Balance. And that's pretty much been it for the video, guys. But remember, this is only my opinion. So what do you guys think? Which brand should Vinicius sign to next? Should it be Adidas? Should it be Puma? New Balance? Is there another brand that you can think of? Comment down below. And remember, if you thought the video was sublime, like the video. If you thought it was subpar, at least comment down below why you thought it was subpar, but still like the video. If you like football boots, football apparel, football gear, I make a whole host of videos around the topic area, so if that's your thing, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications so you know when the next video drops. I drop videos every Monday and every Friday, as well as the fact I drop short form videos every single day as well. Be sure to follow me on all my socials. I'm on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, and Instagram. And like I said at the end of these videos, my name is Sub. This has been SubStanceFtbl. Thank you for watching. Peace out.